Today I'm going to show you how you can use the blueprints, how to upload them, how to make them, and how to get blueprints in your own park. Basically everything you need to know about blueprints. Now before I say anything, I just want to say, if you haven't already, go make yourself a park like this. A blueprint park where you hold and make all of your blueprints. I've got mine right here, and you can see I've color coded each and every blueprint. Red if they are not done. Yellow if they're processing on the workshop or processing. You know, they're in the process of being uploaded to the workshop, and I'll get onto the workshop later on. And then you have green over here for if it is uploaded onto the workshop. Now, if any blueprints right here pick your fancy and you want these exact builds in your park, then head over to themeparktycoon.com/notme. There you'll find all of my blueprints in the workshop. But first, let's talk about how you actually make a blueprint. So let's say you've just finished building your blueprint. Obviously, you gotta build it first. I always try and put mine on these base plates, which sort of give you a bit more credit when these blueprints are placed inside of someone's park. Because do note that whenever someone places your blueprint in their park, there is no way to tell that you made it. So you don't really get that much credit. So I always like to put this in just so you can get a bit more credit, you know? And also it just looks a bit more fancier, you know? But this is a railroad pack that I've made. I made half of it on stream and I made half of it off stream. And I put them all into this cool little packet. And let's say that I want to save it as a blueprint and I want to upload it to the workshop. Or maybe I want to use this in my brand new park I just made and move it out of this park, right? So all I need to do is head over to right, or by pressing 1, that is. Head over to roller coasters, or really you can use any of the flat rides if you want to, but I always go with roller coasters, so that's C. And then you'll see here a bunch of roller coasters pop up. But you might not see exactly what I see right here. You see here I got this junior coaster, the updated version, and I have the legacy junior coaster. And now the reason why I use legacy coasters is because not only do other blueprints use them, but it means you can hold more blueprints, because I would guess it nearly doubles the amount of blueprints you can hold. So to activate this, all you need to do is head over to settings in the bottom left, right, settings, and then scroll down a tiny bit, just a tiny bit, so you see show legacy content in build menu. You want to just have this on yes. It will look like that. You just want to click that, and then boom, you should see all the legacy coasters. But choose a coaster of your choice. I always go with whatever's first. Now do keep in mind that not many people actually know how to turn on legacy coasters, so it could mean that less people actually use your blueprint. So to make it, we just hit confirm, and then we place it down next to it. I normally just do it like this, so you can see it's just right next to the pack. Now make sure you've grouped everything together. You can see whenever I try and copy and paste them, they're all one group. So what I'm going to do now is actually click on the ride. I'm going to expand this so you guys can see it a bit better. I want to scroll down in the ride tab, and then where it says save design, you want to click save ride design. Just like this, and then it'll pop up with this new UI where it has toggle mode, box select mode, box deselect mode, and then scenery. This is select scenery to include with this design 0 out of 100,000. Sorry, yes, numbers reading. Yeah. First of all, let's talk about these 3 modes right here. Toggle mode is basically if you click a group like so, it just selects the item. It's a multi-select. I don't think you can deselect. No, I don't think there is a deselect. But the way I deselect is just by using the box deselect. So it's a bit tricky if you really want to get precise with it. But if you use the box deselect mode right here and then just select the area that you want to deselect, you can see that everything just gets deselected. But maybe you clicked on everything that you want to include in your pack like this. There we go. And now what we want to do is just to double check everything's selected. I always make sure to use the box select mode and then just go over it a few times to make sure that we've selected everything. It says select scenery to include with this design, right? Now I don't know, but this number can change. You see, out of 1,000, I think it might be on the size of the coaster, maybe the amount of stations you have. But do note that this 1,000 limit can vary and it can change. So right here, this entire pack is 955 items out of 1,000, which is fine. That is perfect. So we can just now hit this button right here and confirm it, and it'll pop up with this UI, which will be the thumbnail of your blueprint. So you see, if I click rotate, it rotates the thumbnail. If I zoom in, we can zoom in to the thumbnail. If we zoom out like this, all this is just you deciding what your thumbnail is. And also you can see right here it says icon check, and this might say that the icon is invalid, and it'll give you a reason why. I think it will say that too many items are in view or too little, and all you need to do for that is either make sure that the coaster's actually in the picture, or just zoom in a bit, or just zoom out a bit. Yeah, once you're happy with what the thumbnail looks like, I'm just gonna go with this, hit save design like that, and you have made your blueprint. There we go, the design has been saved. So to get your blueprint, all you need to do is head over to rides once again, roller coasters, wrestling corkscrew track, and there we go. We can see our blueprint right there. And if we select it, there we go. It's the exact same as the thing that we just selected, which is perfect. Now when you actually select your blueprint, you can see that there's 3 buttons. Change the view, I don't really know what this button does, and delete the design. That's pretty simple, it just deletes the design. But right here it says configure design, right? If you click that, first thing you see is the design ID. This is very important. So whenever someone wants to use this design in their park, they need the design ID. So how to get it is, all you need to do is just press select. It highlights the code, and you just need to Control C, and there you go. You've got it saved on your clipboard, and you just need to basically copy it and then paste it to the person you want to send, or paste it onto the Theme Park Tycoon 2 workshop, which I'll get into in a bit. Below it, you can see the current state. Right now, this is private, which means that no one can have this. Nobody's able to use this in their park. But if that says public, that means anyone can use this if they have the ID. Then below that, we have the estimated use count, which probably will be at a whopping 0 because you've just made the blueprint. This number right here basically tells you the amount of times this has been used in someone's park. So if we head over to my junior coaster, for example, my Polar Express, if we click configure design, you can see it's public and it has 306 uses. That is mad. Thank you for using this blueprint. But below that, we can see allow this design to be used via its ID. Now, you can read this if you want to. I'm not going to. But basically, by ticking that, you basically set it to public, allowing other people to use it. And now below that, it says allow this design to be featured. Now, I think I know what this means. This was a bit of a grey area for me when the update first dropped, because it was a bit, you know, Dennis doesn't really talk that much. But what I got from this is basically, if you tick this box right here, there is this little section when you select a roller coaster right here, the junior coaster, and under select a design, if you scroll along, you can see there's a few coasters that if we select aren't actually made by Dennis. It's not a default coaster. You can see right here, this one's made by Riding Racing 05. So they'll basically just show up randomly in the game. But yeah, that's basically everything you need to know about making a blueprint. Now onto how to actually use blueprints. How to actually get other people's blueprints into your park. So first of all, before anything, you need an ID to import. So whether that's your friend sends you it via DMs or something, literally just pasting the ID in, or maybe you're in Kizy's or Tyman's Discord server, or maybe you're getting off the Theme Park Tycoon 2 workshop. If you don't know, the Theme Park Tycoon 2 workshop is an unofficial website that holds some of the best builds and blueprints and roller coasters in the entire game. If we just have a look through here, I've shown this on the channel a few times, but you can just see some of the amazing builds. Look at that, a pirate, a flipping pirate, and my flying Scotsman, and a no game pass money farm. Hey, another one of my builds. But yeah, look, you can see as we just continue to scroll, there are so many builds. It just won't stop. It will just never stop. And yeah, this is a fantastic website made by Kizy. I'll move my webcam. Nope, that's not my webcam. Oh, that works. If you want to know a bit more about them, you can read this right here. It just basically explains what the website actually is. But if we just head back to the blueprints, you can see right here that I wanted one of Tizzy's pirate ships. I would click on it and I'll be greeted with this page, which would show a few pictures of the actual blueprint itself. And then here's the most important stuff. Of course, you have the ride ID, so all you want to do is just yoink that, Control C, if you get what I'm saying. You can see who it's made by. The next most important thing, what ride they actually used to make this. So they used the teacups ride. You can also see the price and the game passes which have been used. But once you got the ID right here, you can just minimize that, head back to Theme Park Tycoon 2, and then you can see here, this is the legacy teacups, this one, and then you'll see a cool little button right here. You want to click that, and it'll say enter the 12-digit design ID to load it, and then you want to just click that, Control V in, paste it in, and press load, and then it will load for a second, and there we go. We have now this insane pirate ship in our own park. That's the basics of how to import and load an ID from the workshop. But yeah, let's say that I want to upload this blueprint right here to the workshop. I'd grab the ID just by clicking select right there. I would head over to themeparktycoon2.com, and then I would hit the submit button right here, and it'll send me to this page right here. Now, if you do scroll down a bit, you'll see this right here, but I'm just going to quickly skim it over. Basically, so you put your first name right here, and then you have your email, and then of course your design ID, so I'd want to copy and paste that in, and then your ride use. So I think I used, what was it, the corkscrew coaster, which isn't a legacy. If it was a legacy, you would want to say legacy. Make sure you do specify if it's a legacy coaster or not. Then I'll say which game passes I used, which were the disabled collisions, and I don't think I actually used extra colors on it. This doesn't mean what game passes you have bought. This means what game passes you used in the blueprint. So extra colors right here would mean this. This is extra colors, and if you click right here, this is not extra colors. So you're much more limited on how many colors you have. And then next to it, you'll see this blueprint type, roller coaster, scenery, buildings, props, decoration, ride. So I mean, this is pretty simple. If it's a roller coaster, it's gonna be a roller coaster. If it's a building, it's gonna be a building, you know. And then you'll see right here, upload a photo. So if you're in a private server, it's probably the best way to do this. What you want to do is do /ps-admin-allow free cam right there, and then your username. There you go. That will give you free cam permissions right here, so you can fly around and get really cool screenshots. And now what this does is it basically just shows the Theme Park Tycoon 2 workshop what your blueprint actually is. So I'm just going to take a screenshot right like that. There we go. I'm going to head back to the Theme Park Tycoon 2 workshop submission page, and then I want to grab the screenshot that I just took, and then you just want to put it in there, and that will just show them what this actually is. And then you see right here, we got a build name. This is just whatever it is. So this will be a railroad asset pack, I guess. And then right here, you see credit other builders. So if Cassidy helped me out, I would just put Cassidy's name right there. If you don't know who Cassidy is one of our moderators who you might see on the stream. Then you write a small description of what this actually is. So, rails in a pack. That's good enough of a description for me. And then I'll press submit. If you found this useful or you're enjoying, please do subscribe. We're trying to get to 20,000 subscribers. If we do, we're going to be doing a 24-hour stream. And yeah, well, See ya!